I'm a gown artist. This week we're going to be making landscapes inspired by the artist Claude Monet. Claude Monet was a French painter and he painted in the Impressionist style. The painting that was my inspiration for our project is called The Houses of Parliament at Sunset. He did many versions of this painting throughout his life, and I like the way that it looks like the water is reflecting in his landscape. And so I'm going to show you how to do this with some simple materials that you have at home. For this project, you are going to need a piece of paper, paper towels, a spray bottle of water. And this is one I just happen to have at my house, but you can also improvise. And this was a old little travel hair spray bottle that I just rinsed out and used and filled it with water. You'll also need water-soluble markers like these Crayola ones that we use in school. Okay, to start this project, you're just going to need a plain piece of white paper, and you're going to fold it in half. I am going to fold it in half long ways, or hot dog bun ways, like we've talked in class. Long, but you could do it the other way if you want your image to go that direction. It really doesn't matter. Once you do that, it's helpful to take a paper towel. I'm going to set it on here because my markers will go off the paper a little bit. The top part of your paper is going to be where you're actually going to be doing your drawing with marker. The bottom part you're going to leave white for now because that's going to be where our reflection is. I went ahead and started one already, so I'm going to pull it over to the paper towel. And this is going to take a while. Monet was an Impressionist artist, and so he painted his impression of what he saw, the light and how it reflected. He used many colors, and he used short brush strokes. So for me to reflect that in my picture, I used short brush strokes. So I did a simple landscape here. I thought I'd do one with a boat in it. And you are going to take your time with your markers and fill as much as you can the top part of your paper. Now, since it's going to be reflecting in water, it's helpful to have a lot of blue in your picture just so it'll look like water when this is finished. So I'm going to do this a little bit. I might add some other colors. The more the better. You really don't want a whole lot of white for this to work. Okay, then when you're ready, you are going to take the water bottle, and you actually want to get both parts of this paper, the plain white part and the marker drawing, pretty wet. So I'm going to go ahead and give it some water. It's going to immediately start to blend because these markers are water soluble, but we want that, so that's okay. You're going to get it pretty wet. Then you're going to take the bottom half of the picture, and very carefully, you're going to lay it on top of the top and use your hand to press on that. Now you can see some marker is going to go out on the side, so make sure you're doing this on a surface that'll work at. You don't want to do something special like do it on a tablecloth or anything. And then very carefully, you're going to peel back your picture and you have your very own reflection landscape like Claude Monet. Now you're going to need to let this dry, and it might curl a little bit as it dries, and that's okay because later you can take a heavy object like a book and set it on there for a while and it will flatten out nicely. This is the one I just did with you. Here's one I did earlier where I used brighter colors, and you can see the image down below. Okay, so when you do this at home, if you don't have all the materials I talked about, that's okay. If you don't have a spray bottle or markers, you can improvise and use, you could do paint, you could just draw with colored pencils or crayons, or just even use a pencil and draw a landscape. Just remember that a landscape is a picture of something that's outside. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Have a good day.